with our beautiful theme. Hello, I am Gaby de la Mora, and I am so happy to be together with you in this virtual space, a space of calm and creation. And I think today's theme is so good for us to have as a tool. And it's all about how to overcome our own impulses, how to calm our impulses, how to surf urge surfing. And it applies to any one of us in those moments when you feel that you are falling into these like compulsive behaviors. And those could be like compulsive eating or drinking or betting or just like something that is out of control, something that is not taking you to a positive behavior, to a positive reaction, but on the contrary. You know, when we fall into, when we give in to impulses or to urges, it is like our life in that moment is being driven with no pilot, with no operator. It's like going and living like in autopilot. So there is no consciousness, there is no decision, there is no freedom. It is me being pulled by those impulses, by those urges. So today, I would like to talk about to demystify the urge. Because sometimes we think that I don't know when it's going to happen. And this is so random. No, it is not random. It is not a mystery. An urge is a pattern. And today I will give you 4 very clear tools, 4 very clear ways for you to become a very good observer of those patterns, your urges, and then 4 incredible strategies, which are so easy, but it is important for us to have awareness of those strategies for us to know what to do and to be prepared. So, welcome you all, friends, family, community. You know, the other day I was asking myself until when am I going to be sharing these kind of sessions? You know, I feel so happy and I feel so excited with the opportunity of sharing things that in some moment were my own rescuers. So these, which I'm sharing with you, are all tools that are well proven. For example, these 4 strategies, and these all about urges and compulsive behaviors or impulses, is something that has been researched and proved by many psychotherapists. And so there are clear ways to overcome that and to become free in our own life. So yes, I am so happy. Today's session is going to have 3 different moments. So in the first moment, I'm going to talk about these 4 ways to observe your urges and 4 strategies to overcome those. Then in the second moment, we are going to do together a guided meditation, which is so powerful because at the end, that is the way to really access to that difficult part of the mind, which is the unconscious. And by the way, it's the only place where a real change can happen. So we are going to reach that part of your mind, the unconscious mind, through this guided meditation, which purpose is going to be for you to connect with peace and with calmness in those moments when the urge is growing, that it is unbearable, that it is horrible, and you don't know what to do. You will have this tool within yourself. And in the third part, I am going to amplify the effect of the guided meditation with the sound of these 3 beautiful gongs. You can see them, probably not in Instagram. In Instagram you just see this one. But there are 3 large gongs, these ancestral instruments that are, create or generate such a wonderful and unique sound wave, which is so rich, which is so healing, because it really reaches each and every molecule of your being. And that means each cell in your body, that means your thoughts, your emotions, because all of us, we are trillions and trillions of molecules in perfect connection. So if I use the sound to amplify the frequencies of all these molecules, I am going to feel like so good as never before, physically, emotionally, even my thoughts. So it's like retuning yourself. So this is really, guys, this is a wonderful opportunity that I am happy that I can share with you, and that I am happy for all of you who are there, that you are ready to receive something different. Something different that is going to be so beneficial in your life. Not only in this moment, but you can use it as a tool for the rest of your life. So, very good. So, right now, I would like just to mention that an urge, as I was saying earlier, is not a mystery, is not something that happens randomly. An urge is just a pattern. It is very important to observe the pattern, because then I'm going to be prepared whenever there are triggers in the environment. Okay, so I can apply my strategies. How am I going to know better my urge? There are 4 things that you need to write down, and yes, the recommendation is for you to write down, to use a paper, to use a card. First of all, to think which one is that impulse, that constant impulse, or that impulse that all of a sudden you feel and you cannot control with ease. And perhaps you end up eating everything, or what you didn't want to eat. Or you end up drinking when you were not wanting to drink anymore, and things like that. Or you just continue to buy compulsively because you feel this void within yourself. So, 4 things. One is when. So, what is the date when you feel it? Because that is important. Sometimes, because of a specific day may be the trigger. What is the hour during the day when you feel this impulse? Is it during the night? Perhaps that is a trigger. Is it a weekend day? Perhaps that is a trigger. If it's Christmas, if it's your birthday. So the date, the hour during the day, and then observe what is the situation, or what was happening when this impulse came. What was the situation? Was something happening in the environment? Or was it just a thought? Was it just a memory? Try to think what was the situation that triggered the impulse. And then think how intense it was, and what did you do? What did you do? What was your reaction? What did you ended up doing upon the impulse? So those 4 things: day, hour, situation, how strong was it, and what did you do about it? So those would be your things for you to write down, and think the last impulses that you have experienced, and try to write it down and observe that it is a pattern. It is a pattern. Then once you become the observer, once you understand how it happens, why did it happen, and what happened after the impulse, then these are the 4 strategies. The first one is to avoid the situation of risk. Let's say if you're a compulsive eater, or you just love to eat sweets or cakes, and you, by the way, family, there's diabetes in the family, so you constantly fall into these impulses or these urges, then try to avoid going to places where you know that there are going to be like a lot of desserts, or try not to have cakes in your house, for example. If you don't want to drink and the urge is to drink, so then avoid that group that you know that they're heavy drinkers and they are going to be a trigger. It's a situation of risk. Or avoid having alcohol in your house, for example, if that would be the case. And so on and so forth. So try to think which one is your urge, and try to avoid that situation. Then escape is the second one. So if you are already in that environment which is triggering your urge, go as fast as you can. You don't need to be in that environment. You just can let them know, I have a date, somebody called me, I need to address something. Just go out and take a walk. So that is the second strategy. Then the third is to focus your attention in something different, something more pleasant, something really enjoyable. Let's say you are in a celebration, and let's continue with the example of overeating or eating compulsively. And you are there in the celebration, and there's a lot of food, and there are a lot of desserts there at the table, and you can shift your attention and focus in something so pleasant. Like, for example, if there is somebody there singing, or if there is somebody with which you can have an incredible conversation, if there is something else that you can shift your attention on. That would be the third one. And the fourth one, let's imagine that you were not able to avoid, you were not able to escape, you cannot shift your attention then, just endure. So feel the urge, understanding that the urge is going to finish. The urge only takes some seconds. They were saying in some sources that 90 seconds is the amount of time that the urge is there, because it is like a wave. So these few minutes, you know that the wave is going to grow until it becomes, or it feels like unbearable, and then after that it dies down. It is like a wave. So you just endure, and you are mindful about that impulse, about that urge. If you can talk with somebody else, perfect. If not, just stay and focus on your breath and feel how the impulse is growing, how the urge is growing, understanding that it will reach a peak and then it will decay. And observe that and feel that, and just be aware of the sensations in your body, and continue to do like deep breathing and just endure. And this takes practice. So then those are the 4 strategies that I wanted to share with you. And then for the practice, for this last strategy, which is to endure, there is a very good exercise, which is urge surfing, and has to do with a racing. So the purpose or the goal of this racing and your exercise with the racing is for you to prolong or to make stronger your tolerance to frustration. So then you're going to have your racing, if you like, of course, racings, and you're going to give a bite, and of course the impulse is going to be to chew it and to swallow it, but don't give in, and tell yourself, you know, this is an impulse, and I will not fall into this impulse. I will continue to chew. And in purpose, you try to prolong that situation, and you just continue to chew your racing. And then, of course, as saliva is building more, and the natural process, you know, as you are chewing, there is more and more the impulse of just swallowing it. So don't swallow it, and just continue to chew and be aware of the sensations in your body. Be aware of what is happening. The impulse is growing, and you literally want to swallow that racing, and you are not going to swallow it, and you just continue to chew it. So you do so. You try to prolong it the more that you can, and then when you decide, when the urge decayed already, whenever you are ready, then you swallow your racing. You know, this is an exercise that is so good, for example, for people after rehab, not to relapse. So this is an exercise that they also provide to veterans, not to fall into these reactions because of so much anxiety. So literally we need to build more and more tolerance to frustration. So that is the exercise. Try to do it, because it's going to serve so much in so many other situations. We don't need to give in to every urge that we feel. We don't need to do that. Because you know what? Whenever you are able to ride, to serve that urge, then you become stronger and you feel stronger. Whenever you fall into the urge, then you feel weaker. So next time you are able to avoid it, and you are a good surfer and you can ride it and you don't fall into it, so then you get stronger and stronger and stronger every time. So it's all a matter of practice. So yes, I invite you. I remember many years ago, and I really had like a problem of compulsive eating, and I was aware of that, and it was very difficult for me to just stop it. And it took like a lot of years, many years. And I remember my sister always telling me like some good advices as a nutritionist, and she would tell me, you know, Gabby, if you are there at the table and there's so much to eat, and there's all the people and these like long time just family gatherings, you know, just stand up, and go for a walk, or try to substitute your activity, which is another one. This is extra, like an extra strategy, which could be if you know that you have something you do compulsively, then very probably you have like this void that may be more like a spiritual one. It is when you feel that there is a lack of something and you don't exactly know what, but you just need to eat and eat and eat, or drink and drink and drink, and you have this necessity, this need, this urge. So try to practice meditation. Meditation as a substitute. If you want to take away that destructive habit, then try to substitute for a different habit, but don't leave it just like without anything else. So try meditation, and perhaps that way you are going to feel this, exactly what you were needing. No, this love, this connection with life, this endless source of love. And you won't feel anymore like this urge of having something, right? So there you have. Now it's all a matter of practicing it. Try to practice it. Really, these tools are very, very useful. When we become the observers of ourselves, we literally liberate. We free ourselves forever. You have the right to be free and to live the happiest life. So here are some tools for that. And now let's do the meditation. In this meditation, I am going to invite you to visualize, and that is going to be your anchor. And this kind of sensation and emotion that we are going to feel during the meditation, try to really feel it with all the intensity. Really try to participate in this guided meditation, because then you can use this same emotion and you can connect with this emotion of inner peace whenever you need to. So just for you to have that available, because literally we have everything available for us. It's just a matter of practice. We sometimes don't know how to go about it. And it is so simple. But we need to practice. And today is our opportunity to practice connecting with inner peace. We are going to visualize as if we were in the bottom of the sea, in the peace of the bottom of the sea. So if you have headphones, go and get them. If there are people in the house where you are, let them know that you're going to do a meditation, for them not to interrupt you. Or you can invite them not to be part of the experience and to feel it is something very, very pleasant. What else? Try to follow my suggestions. But I understand that the mind sometimes, or very often, is so busy. There's a lot of activity in the mind, and there are always generating thought after thought after thought. Okay, just observe your thoughts and try not to engage with those. Try to follow my voice. First, I'm going to guide you into a relaxation for you to get the more relaxed you can, and at the same time your brain waves are going to be the ideal brain waves to install a new beautiful symbol that is going to allow you to connect with inner peace. And then after my voice, and after you are so relaxed, then I am going to amplify your experience with the sound of these 3 beautiful large gongs and some singing bowls, some shamanic flutes, some chimes. So I hope you enjoy very, very much. Get your headphones and let's begin. I'm gonna turn off the light, and you can do the same. Remember that any sound from the environment, just try to integrate it. It's all good, it's all part of the experience, or it's part of life. And let's begin. So invite your mind to be here with you in this present moment. Imagine that this moment is with no time. It's just a space with no time. It is a space for you to replenish. It is a space for you to be, just to be, and to receive. So listen to the sound, flow with the sound. and begin to relax your body. Try to focus on the sensations in your body and imagine that there's nothing outside. It is just yourself and your essential being, which is a universe, a beautiful universe of beauty, harmony, love, peace. Relax your feet and then allow that relaxation to go up to your legs, to your hips, and then to your abdomen. Take a deep breath, expand your chest. Try to breathe in 4 seconds or 5, and exhale in 5 seconds or 6. Try to make it deep and long, your breath. And now relax your chest, relax your shoulders. Let go of all that heaviness that you have been carrying with yourself, and that it is not part of your beautiful being. Let go. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your face, your eyelids, your forehead, knowing that all is well. Life is perfect. Life is wise. Every circumstance, every element, every person, everything is part of this perfection. Every circumstance teaches something new to you, so you trust in the wisdom of life and you flow with it as you are flowing right now with the sound. Feel the sound. Relax your face, your eyelids, your forehead. Take another deep breath. And begin to visualize yourself as this beautiful, wide ocean. Visualize yourself as this perfect and harmonious ocean. And you feel and you observe the waves in the surface, sometimes stronger, and at the same time you can feel the peace of the bottom, this perfect and beautiful peace within yourself, and in this part of yourself you can also feel and witness are immersed in this beauty, in this peaceful environment. And whatever is happening at the surface of yourself, those waves are just circumstances. There can be storms, and you are there in the peaceful bottom of yourself, in the peace within yourself. Whatever circumstance, whatever situation is going on, nothing can change this inner peace within yourself. So feel it and expand this feeling, this peaceful feeling. Imagine the soft movements as the sound that is already surrounding you. Feel how those waves are amplifying that inner peace. Continue to visualize, but mostly feel it. Feel all the love and harmony. This continuous peaceful connection. Amplify it and flow with the sound of the gongs. Just continue with your eyes closed for a moment. Continuing your deep relaxation. And just gently and slowly begin to come back to your awareness, to a new life, to a healthy body. To a new life. So take a deep breath and just begin to move your fingers if you want. You can wiggle your toes, you can stretch your arms, you can stretch your legs, and just peacefully, harmoniously take a deep breath with the awareness that every breath you take, you are breathing life. This wonderful energy which is always surrounding you. And every moment is your opportunity to create a new life. That is your decision. You are free to do so every single moment. So whenever you feel ready, just open your eyes. I am going to turn on the light. And we have a few minutes just for me to know if you're still there. How are you? How do you feel? If you were able to do the meditation, if you were able to go deep into a state of relaxation, just for you to know that this state of relaxation is the optimal state of being. Is when your body is able to heal itself, to replenish, to go back to homeostasis. That is the moment when you are relaxed, when you are feeling all these emotions of love and peace, joy, gratitude. That is the moment when you are like allowing your complete bloodstream, which is the environment which is surrounding your cells and your genes, to be the optimal one. So that's a reason why then all your cells become like so ready, like for a beautiful continuous process of renewal. It is just when we fall into our impulses and we are so stressed out and we are in so much anguish, that is the moment when we are begin to generate cortisol. Remember, cortisol is the creator of almost all diseases. Cortisol is a neurotransmitter which can interrupt all the process of renewal, the constant renewal of our cells, and then inflammations begin. And if you continue just generating cortisol, then diabetes type 2 begins, and you continue living cortisol, and then there are all kinds of diseases, cancers, fibromyalgia, migraines, etc., etc. We don't need that. Life is our gift, and it's our freedom, it's our decision to live it in the most beautiful way, in the most healthy way, like feeling really strong and harmonious, inspired. So the session today, just for you to know, if you just came into the session, it was meant to give you 4 ways to observe your urges, your impulses, those who are destructive or negative, for you to understand that it is just a pattern, to demystify that urge, and then 4 strategies to overcome it, not to fall. We don't need to fall into every urge we feel. No, not at all. The more that we learn how to surf it, the more strong you feel. The freer you are. So practice these things. Really something so good for your life, for my life. As I am sharing these things with you, I myself practice them. And then on top of that, we have the option of meditation. I'd like to share with you, but this is just one option. You can pick the one that you resonate better or more with. You can do guided meditations. You can do meditation while you are doing a walk in nature. You can do your meditation in silence. You can do your meditation while you are with your beloved cat or pet or horse, or yes, just pick that moment in which you feel that connection with your essential being and with all the love that you are. That activity that allows you to feel your essential being and all the joy, wisdom, and love that you are. This is one option, and you know that you have them available. So for example, if you right now are not able to follow it, do know, and I always like to remind that to you, friends of mine, family, dear community, that there is a complete channel with a variety of meditations with different themes to overcome anxiety, to overcome stress, to feel the love, to be aware of the potential, to be more creative. In this moment, it was to connect with peace in those moments when we are like being pulled by an urge. So, yes, take the opportunity, practice your meditation. The other day I was sharing with you that it is clear when they study people who meditate, and clearly with the monks, these studies were meant to prove how the prefrontal cortex was just so active. It's so different. The brain changes when you meditate. And you are able to create happiness. You're able to change the mood you constantly have. You're able to connect more with love, happiness, and health. And just because you add this new habit in your life. So I invite you to practice. The channel is gabydelamora.vhx.tv. So yes, try it. There is a 3-day trial for you to explore it, to see how it feels. I offer these meditations with the gongs and some recommendations, mindfulness practices, but you also will find like different tutorials and step-by-step guidance for you to become more mindful. You will also find like visualizations in nature, so for you to get back all those qualities that originally were part of yourself, but because of the way we are being educated and the kind of societies that we live in, sometimes we forget. And those qualities are part of our nature. Resilience, strength, peace, love, harmony, all of those. So these visualizations in nature are meant to give you back those qualities that are already part of your being. You just need to reconnect with them. So please send me any message, send me all your feedback. Allow me to know if there is a specific theme. Do know that I also provide like private sessions for corporations and different groups with the sound, without the sound, so do know that. The important thing is for us to create like this community. If we, in these difficult times, in these challenging times, and in these times with so many opportunities for us to really do a transformation, not only as the individuals that we are, but as communities, as humanities, if we are able to unite forces and to inspire each other, if we are able to, whatever I am, whatever I have, to share it with all my love, and for you to do the same, we're going to become like an incredible humanity. We just need to focus exactly on who we really are, and to discover what is your gift. What is that song of your soul that you can share to humanity? What is that unique note that you are? And make it part of the concert. So this is my invitation for you to do. This is my inspiration, my own inspiration for me to continue to share. So if you like these kind of sessions, if you find them useful, I have heard from people, different people, oh, it helped me so much. Now I don't feel so anxious. I was able to fall asleep when normally I have insomnia, for example. I know these tools are very useful for people that are going through, yes, a lot of pain, anxiety, depression, and different situations. Because when there are so many changes surrounding us, plus the news programs, then that is very natural that we feel that stress and that anxiety. But then this is a perfect opportunity for us to apply our practices, overcome that, and connect with the most beautiful energy, which is exactly who you are. Thank you so much. I'm Gaby de la Mora, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Next Monday at 7, next Wednesday at 7.